Hi crafty friends, it's Lori with a craft party. Wanted to get back to the Reader's Digest book that we have, and I'm just going to pick a page. I did want to show you, I was testing this out. I wanted to be able to put some washi tape here, so I left a blank spot, and I don't like how it turned out because I wanted to be able to journal here, which you can, but because of where this tab ends up, it curled up on me. So I'm not real fond of that, just to let you know in case you want to do something similar. Then I was working with cardboard from an Amazon box. Let me see. It starts out looking like this, and then you peel it and you get this, and then I inked it with Vintage Photo and put an eyelet in it, and then I'll be able to make a charm to hang from there, which I haven't done yet. But we want to get started. I'm looking for a page that I want to use. I think we'll use this one right here. I am going to make a tag in a pocket today. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I've got Registry of Recovered Materials by Ink and Page Journals. I did a junk journal with her already, and I will have an unveiling of that, but I'm going to use some of these scraps to work on today, so I'm not wasting. Okay, I need to get my handy dandy cutter, so I don't want the pocket to be this tall. So I think what we're going to do is bring it down to this line. See what we can do. I'm just going to use my handy dandy cutter, measure it. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to measure it here. We're going to eyeball it, I guess. We're not really measuring, are we? And then I am going to use some soft suede by Stampin' Up! To ink my pages, not pages, my pocket. And I need to grab a punch. So let me grab that punch real quick. Okay, I'm back, and again we're going to just eyeball the center and pinch it. Then that'll give us the center, so we have a punch where we can get our lovely embellishments out of the pocket. And I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to try the art glitter glue. If it gives me a bunch of grief, we're going to switch over to the Fabri-Tac. Seems to be coming out. Okay. We're going to put this pocket here. Let that dry a minute, stick. And I'm going to get out some things from, I have a bag of, I believe this was stuff that was free printables from different designers. So I'm going to use some of that. I've got some of these, which I believe were also free from different designers. And do I have anything else? Oh, I have some botanicals that I'm going to use that I obviously have just stuck in here together. There's a whole bunch of different things in here. So that's what I'm going to be using today to make a tag. And the tag I'm going to use is this one right here. I don't know where I got it, but I got a group of them. I want to say it was off of Amazon, but it could have been somewhere else. And you got a package of them. And I'm down to just a few left. I'm going to go ahead and ink this up with the soft suede from Stampin' Up. Let me see. There we go. It's a little better. With this being dark brown, it doesn't show up the suede as well. I almost should have done it in black, I think. But too late now. We've got it going on. And these came with the whole reinforcements already on it, and it's on the front and the back. And I am going to ink the front and the back. Sorry we got away from the Reader's Digest for a couple videos. I just needed to do something a little different and decide what I wanted to do with the Reader's Digest book. I am going to a bookstore here in a couple days, and I plan on looking at different books that I can pick up for junk journaling, I'm hoping. Let's see what we've got. I think I'm going to go with a sort of specimen card. And I think I'm going to use these mushrooms. And again, I don't know where they came from. I had my scissors in the other desk. I'm going to grab them. But I think these mushrooms came from Happy Mail. Okay, I'm going to use these 3. Set this off to the side. And what I'd like to do is I'm going to put them on this cardstock. And I don't know what weight this is. It's cardstock, scrapbooking paper cardstock. Okay. And I'm going to cut these out. Put that off to the side. We may need it later. Then I'm just going to cut around these. And the reason why I put it on the cardstock is I wanted them to be a little bit thicker than just a sticker. If you're doing something similar, feel free to not use the cardstock if you don't want to. I just thought this would make it easier to place it on my tag. And if you wanted, like I'm kind of doing, is cutting off some of this white while I'm trimming it up. Quite a bit of white. There's that one. And we've got this little bitty one. I've been reading a lot lately, and I've been quite enamored by Frida McFadden. She's kind of a thriller artist, author. She's got quite a few books. let me know if you like to read, and let me know what authors you like to read, because I'm always looking for a new author. I feel like I read about a book a day, so I want to have some different authors to add to what I like to read. And I like romance and thrillers, suspense, novel. They're all good. I'm not really into sci-fi, but put in the comments if you like to read and what you do like to read, because it'd be interesting. If you want me to talk more about the books that I read, let me know in the comments, and I can kind of give you some ideas of what, like, Frida McFadden books are about that I've read. There, we got these inked up. And I think we're going to find a pen. And I've got this specimen card out of one of those Ziploc bags. And I'm just gonna fill this in with fake information. Let me get my date punch. It's neat to use the date punch on stuff. Let's put the actual date on here. Today's the 7th. And always, when you use your stamps, let them sit there a little bit so you get a good inking. The ink gets a chance to soak into your paper a little bit. And the archivist is me. I can't hardly say that word. Archaeologist. Okay. And I want to get my corner rounder. I'm having to get up for everything. Okay, I have my corner rounder, and I'm going to round the corners on this. I don't like that one. Let's try this one. Get these out of the way. And I need to ink this up. Oops, made a little bit of a mess there on that, but that's okay. So we've got the mushroom, the specimen card, should have some numbers, I think. Let's see. I'm trying, looking in the bags. Okay, and I need the ink again. And this, it just says number 2325. And I think it would be neat to have some numbers because it is a specimen, or we're gonna pretend it is. There's that. We might want a butterfly. I'm gonna get those stickers back out. They had butterflies on them. This one may work. Okay. And then now it's just a matter of deciding what all I need on here. I got a couple things sitting here on my desk I'm going to grab. Not necessarily going to use them, but I'm going to get them fairly ready to use if I need. Like, this is too long, but if I use it, it'll at least be inked on two sides. Okay, there's that. And I've got some stickers here. I don't know if I'll use them or not, but that one looks really neat right there. What is that? Can't really read it, but it looks like it'd be a good sticker to put on here. Okay. Whoops, I'm going to have to get a Ziploc bag and put those in. I just ripped the side of the cellophane. So we've got this here. Now it's a matter of taking what we have decided we like and putting it together. I think before anything else, I'm going to put this on because I like the green. Oops, I folded over the edge. See if I can get it back out. There we go. And we'll put that centered. Okay. And then I think we're going to use the butterfly, but I think I'm going to cut the white off. Or at least some of it. It's kind of overpowering. If there's something you would like to see a video on, please put it in the comments. I'd be happy to do requests. And then let's ink it. Okay. And then this is where the hard part is. After you cut the trim off, then you have a little trouble getting the backing off because you no longer have that. And I think let's put on this red sticker. Having trouble picking it up. And we'll stick this down here. Throw this away. And I think we'll use some glue. If you've been following me for some time, you'll know I have a big struggle with the art glitter glue, and I am in the process of looking for something else. If you have a good suggestion, let me know. But for whatever reason, the glue sets up. It sets up and kind of gets real thick, and I'm not appreciating that as well as I used to. Okay, I'm gonna put this at the bottom. And then we've got the mushroom card, specimen card. And I think I'm gonna, do I want it down here? This is when I wish I could get feedback from you while I'm doing a project, because sometimes seeing it from afar gives you a better perception. Gonna stick that there like that. I am going to use my foam tape. And I like to put extra glue on my foam tape. I know I've said that before, but for those that are new, sometimes foam tape, depending on what kind you have, doesn't always work or stay stuck down. There's that. And then I'm not going to use foam tape on these smaller ones. I wanted to use those leaves, but I didn't take the time to put them on there, did I? And we've got a tag for our pocket, and it's like that. What do I have here? Just an extra piece that we didn't use. And let's make a cluster for our pocket while we're sitting here. We've got the tag, and let's see what we can do to make a pocket. Or not a pocket, I'm sorry, a cluster. I think I'm gonna cut this here, get out the ink. See if this one. And like I said, these just come out of the, I believe they were free printables from different junk journaling artists, and you could print out their printables and use them as long as you didn't share them, which I don't do anything like that, because as knowing what it's like to create, I don't want somebody to steal my ideas and without giving me credit, and so I try to give credit where credit is due. I think I'm gonna put some foam tape on this, and again I want to glue the back and put it on here. And then sometimes I forget to glue the second time, but I remembered this time. And I'm going to put this to the side like that so it has a little bit. Oh, I didn't glue this down. Oh my, I'm silly. There we go. Now glue it down. Stick it up under there. Okay, we've got that. And then I found this little tag here. And I'm just looking through my items, seeing if there's anything else that I could use. Let's use a number. I got, oops, more than one here. Okay. And this right now is why I like to just glue the center and not the outside edges, because I'd like to tuck this up under here a little bit. And by not gluing the outside edges all the time, you can do that. And do I want anything else? I've got lots of little things, but I'm kind of thinking that it looks like it's full. Let me go through this bag and see if there's something that just strikes my fancy. Kind of liking this. Let me ink it and see what it looks like inked up. And put some glue on the back. And add that down here. And we've got several layers then. And I'm liking that. So we will go ahead and we will leave that like that. We've got our pocket and our tag that's a specimen card. Thank you for stopping by today. I love crafting with you. Hugs.